Right, guess I'm going over my skill build and so work. So skill build on Stella is pretty simple. Like, at least for me. Like, I maxed out everything except for Whirlwind and Soulcry because we don't have those extensions yet. On 60 we're gonna get extensions and then they will be viable, but until then they're like basically like useless. Like the 1 second one might be good for PvP, but otherwise no. So holding on is just basically a better auto attack. You have like no options. You use this one instead of auto attacking. Gives you way more damage. Phantom Tail is just basically a filler, your spam skill, use it whenever it's up. Riftwalk is one of your main DPS skills together with Spectral Pit. So you obviously max those. Holding Parade is pretty good for killing trash. Not too amazing on Elite, but 1-2 ticks are pretty decent too, if you can get it up on like a big boss or anything. Orb Song I put on heal instead of Super Armor Break. I tried the Super Armor Break. That one is like good for Steel Grace when you have to break like a shit ton of super armored people, but otherwise it's not too amazing. Oh yeah, it's good for having a high combo too. That's like one of your main goals. And this one gives you 500 attack. It's gonna be 450 plus 50 from the main spec. So you get 500 attack damage. 500 attack damage is at 55. That's gonna be like what, like 8%? 8% more damage just by having this ball orb. And you use it like before the boss spawns or before like an elite spawns, and you can get it for your teammates too. Just like very situational. Like just use it before something spawns, not while something is up. Unless you have to heal people, then the boost is kind of nice. Sonic Pulse is, I call this one just a range auto attack. Put up with duration. I think like the range is okay-ish too. It's basically just a range auto attack. It doesn't really do more than a auto. So if you have to kill like a trash, you won't get far with it, but that's just range auto for uptime. Basically use it in between when you have your big skills done. This one I already mentioned. Not good at all. Spirit Storm is okay-ish for Super Armor Break. Like you use your main skills, then you're on cooldown, and when you're on cooldown you have the choice of either doing range auto, heal your teammates, or try to help with Super Armor Break, since Super Armored broken enemies are getting killed way easier and they don't do anything while they're Super Armor broken. Super Armor Break on this skill is like insane, 2500. Especially on big one, it's just breaks them like instantly. But yeah, that one can be left out, just like a filler skill. This one is obviously your second, I don't know, main DPS rotation, I guess. Just max it, pretty good for trash to pull them together with drag. This is like your support skill. I don't think I need to mention this one, and this is your ultimate, which you basically keep on cooldown. So regarding skill slots, this one doesn't matter because it basically never comes up. A trick is if you put 2 times the skill on the same slot, the third one's gonna be active. So basically if you put 2 times Phantom Trail in here, then my Holding Parade's gonna get this damage boost. Like you can choose between damage boost, mana and cooldown. I don't think any Stella's gonna need the mana one, and the cooldown one is like very situational. Like I'm not sure if having that cooldown is more beneficial. So this one I use for trash clear. One to trigger the additional damage, and then hold up parade to kill the ads. Spirit Swarm is basically when the enemy's super armor broken or is about to, and then you just spam this one. Or when you have like a lot of trash and you need to pull them together, then this is like really good too. Just like a filler afterwards. Sonic Pulse is use it when you have used your big skills. This is like your main rotation in terms of DPS. Like your Spectre Pit and then your Rift Walk. Those two is gonna be your bread and butter skills. I don't see any reasons to separate them, but I mean you could. Orb Song, I'm not sure about this one either, to be honest. Like, Orb Song is just like, you use it when you're, when you cleared like the last elite and the elite is about to spawn you, then you put down a heal, and the damage one you rarely use. Like you would use Sonic Pulse 90% over Orb Song, because it just gets like eaten up by all the trash and the ads that are around the enemy. So yeah, just use it for the heal basically. Can also leave it at level 1, but then you won't get the attack bonus. 8% of your total AP is pretty decent, even if it's like 5%. Just like pre-set it up. Otherwise you have like nothing to set up early enough. And Holding Hand is just like to fill, yeah. So I use this combination for the ultimate. So I use Riven Keeper into my ultimate, because both like similar cooldown. Like this one is 45 seconds, this one is 45 seconds too. That's why I play with damage. Like if I would put on cooldown on this one, then it would be earlier up than this one, and then it would be a bit awkward. So basically what I do is I start the fight with Riven Keeper ultimate, keep it on cooldown, then next up when I'm getting out the Spectre Pit Rift Walk, then I check for the super armor. If it's like about to be down or I can use this one safely, then I go over to this rotation. Otherwise I'm either healing or do a range attack. And everything else, passives, right, I didn't mention the passives. Max out auto attack, max out this skill, so you gain more mana back when you arm B, change between skills. This one is automatically skilled, 2 points into this one. Let me finish this one. So 2 points into this one because it like 3 points gonna shorten the cooldown. It's good for any cancel, but it's less iframe. If you speed up, you have like faster speed, which is good for iframing, but then you can't use the whole iframe. So I just decided to put it on 2. I'd rather keep like the 2 SP. Like if you don't want it, then you can take points away from Spirit Storm and just put it into Shadow Roll. Same with your wake up attack, I barely use it. So no reason for me to max it either. Illusion is the same, basically your escape. Acoustic is your max mana, it's obvious. And the remaining points went all into SP. Like you could max it when you move, like take it away from Spirit Storm, but yeah, I don't think there's any points. Like I think 3 is way more enough, and then you have the Akasha that's complemented. So these are all hidden versions except for my Grutins. Like I wish I had a Rita card, would put it instead of this one, but alright. So Shade is a must have. This one gives you crit. This one is like maxed out, so 20% crit for 4.5 seconds with 10 seconds cooldown, so basically it's 50% uptime. Your stamina card is self-explanatory. This is basically the compensation for having this one only on 3. This one is very situational. Like it gives you 13% more attack speed which is like insane when it procs on your ultimate or your spirit swarm. Like you get 1 extra hit or even more from it. I think it's 1 extra hit for the ultimate and 2 extra hits for the spirit swarms, but that depends on your attack speed. This one just lets you stay longer in the DPS stance, but you could replace it with anything else too. And this is like my active one for DPS. Like it's either this one or Rita. The honorable mentions instead of the second slot is more HP, 20% more HP, never hurts. This one gives like 5k I think. Yeah, 4.5k HP, so more HP you have, the more you get obviously, and this is like stage 1. Other mentions are this one, Temper's Gravel. That one gives 5 seconds invulnerability state. It's pretty good on the last raid, Iron Castle. When the bombarding starts, you just put it up and then you continue the DPSing. You use your ultimate for the first one, then you use this one for the second one, and then you use your ultimate for the third one too. You have like a pre-made team, then you don't need to like move to the mechanic and lose uptime and DPS. This one is when you're farming, 10% more gold, you can max that obviously. And what else? Yeah, you can like max like Ball Ride, Gravity Bomb, Hand of Gods, Rita. Also got like a Plastica. Like that one would be like my choice, but it's not hidden, so I can't use it. Yeah, that's basically it. Skills and Akasha. I mean, gameplay, I have like some broadcast on my stream. And for gear, just put up like the full accessory blue one. Like currently best one. Gives crit damage, gives crit, gives attack damage. Basically everything you want. All other stats, like the unique set, gives like less stats than that. And then you just go with the full set. For the crit damage, crit, attack, bonus attack. Yeah. Basically everything you ever want. On weapon you look for crit, attack speed and crit damage, but yeah, if you don't have attack damage because it's like so highly wanted that it's like unreasonably priced, then you can go with crit damage too. Same with the helmet, you can get cooldown instead of crit damage if you like not craft just the right one. And you try to get like HP on your stuff. Like you want to sit on around 50k. I don't think like 40k is that like reasonable, because otherwise you most likely get one shot when the bosses hit you. Like with 50k you can take 1 hit, maybe 2 hits, and you can still heal up. Yeah, and for the rings you just look for crit damage, but yeah, that would be like best you can have. Amulet is attack speed cooldown attack. So if you have 2 of those, that's already nice. And for earrings it's move speed, attack speed, and cooldown I think. I'm not sure if it can grow cooldown, I don't think it can. Yeah, but that's basically the whole overview of how to Stella.